truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe. Preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. I say shalom to the Akim out there, and this is a news article that I want to bring out. This is from MSN.com, from Reuters, by Christy Needham, as of yesterday at 3:11 p.m. And it reads, U.S. and Papua New Guinea signs a defense pact at Pacific Summit. It says the U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken signed a defense cooperation pact signed by Papua New Guinea on Monday will expand the Pacific Island nation's capability and make it easier for the U.S. military to train its forces. And keep this in mind too. And this is what the current situation, with the Indo-Pacific region, that kind of stirs up more tensions between the United States and China. And keep this in mind too. You got down there in the territorial islands in the Indo-Pacific region, not too far from the South China Sea, because you have China having claim of those territorial islands right next to the South China Sea as well too, because you got the other nations like the Philippines and other Asian countries, trying to gain access to the islands down there, because you got a lot of tensions down there of the escalations of the Indo-Pacific region. And then you had a recent Pacific Summit Pact mission, Pacific Summit, which took place as of recently, and you had the United States and Papua New Guinea signing a defense pact deal between Papua New Guinea and between the United States as well too, while the current situations with the Indo-Pacific region are continuing to escalate as well too, Well, continuing on with the reading, I'm going to read it again. It says the U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken said a defense cooperation pact signed with the Papua New Guinea on Monday will expand the Pacific Island nation's capability to make it easier. Right, that's taking more shots at China, So, because this is another prime example of because you got the Philippines and the United States are allies, military allies as well too. Now you have the United States sign this pact, defense corporation deal between Papua New Guinea. So you can have U.S. soldiers training down there, so it'd be more convenient for them to train even more, because while you have the current escalation between the United States and China and other Asian countries versus China over the Indo-Pacific region of claiming territorial rights to the islands not too far from the South China Sea. I just want to add a note to that, but continue on with the reading. It says Blinken and the India Prime Minister Narendra Modi, if I pronounce his name right, it says separate meetings with the 14 pact leaders in the PNG capital port, Moscow, if I pronounce that right. It says pleading support for the regional's priorities of health and climate change, right? Other categories as well too, more than the defense pact. So just want to add a note to that. But continue on with the reading. It says the United States and its allies are seeking to deter the Pacific Island nations from forming security ties with China, and a rising concern tensions over Taiwan, and after Beijing signed a security pact with Solomon Islands. It says the Pacific Island leaders, whose territory spans about 40 miles square, km 15 million square miles of the ocean, as rising sea levels caused by the climate change are the most pressing security priority. It says the Blinken told the PN Minister James Markey, if I pronounce his name right, that Washington will deepening the partnership across the board with the PNG, and expected partnership with the United States in business will bring tens of millions of dollars worth of new investment after the university students protest against of the defense agreement on Monday, told a joint news conference, or Blinken, there is nothing for us to be fearful about. It says the current update on the existing U.S. relationship, he said, has nothing to do with China. It says we have a healthy relationship with the Chinese government, and they are important trading partners. So bring up the Luke 21:11. Luke 21:9. But even if it doesn't, has nothing to do with that. But still, you're gonna have escalations down there in that region. Definitely, what the United States and the Philippines are allies with one another. You know, because you have China which they recently signed with the Solomon Islands. It could be in many different categories, but that's still going to show you the tensions between the United States over Taiwan and the Taiwan Strait, and over the South China Seas and the territorial islands in the Indo-Pacific region, you know. So keep that in mind too, like I mentioned before. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 9. I'm going to bring out the whole chapter, and I'm going to bring out verse 9 through verse 10. And this is from BibleGateway.com, KJV version of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, the book of Luke 21:9. But when you should hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified for these such things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, we're going to continue to see signs of this, you know. Even as allies signing defense, allied corporation, defense pact deals and stuff like that. And we're going to continue to see, you know, these nations going against one another. And that's the United States and China over the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait and the Indo-Pacific region down there as well too. So you're going to have allies and nations signing deals, and then you're still going to have territorial rights of escalation stirring down there, of which nation should claim the islands down there, not too far from the South China Sea, you know. And it says, this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 10, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. It says, then say he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right. We're going to continue to see that increase in the South China Sea. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying of this recent news article. As it says, the U.S. pact, as a highlight of this news article, it says again, it says the U.S. Papua New Guinea signs a defense pact at Pacific Summit. You know, that's going to cause, you know, a lot of escalation between, you know, the Philippines and the United States, which is allies. Now you got Papua New Guinea signing a defense pact defense cooperation to have the United States soldiers trained down there. So it'll be easier, convenient for them down there. So that's going to stir up more escalation down there in that region of a territorial island, you know. So with that, hopefully this was edifying of this recent news article. And I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Wakakadash, and shalom to the elders of Great Millstone for pushing his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered in the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.